petrol and diesel price are rising. Thereafter, the high maintenance IC engine as compared to electrical vehicle, there is a conventional vehicles are having a high maintenance of engines and their other moving parts. Right. Thereafter, we can say the environmental pollution like land pollution, noise pollution, air pollution. So those are the issues that we need electric vehicles, right? We can say that the rising fuel, high maintenance, and environmental pollution. That's the reason we need an electric vehicles. The having some type of electric vehicle. There is a first is a battery electric vehicles BEV, which is called also the BEV vehicle, which is purely run on electricity, right? Thereafter, the hybrid electric vehicles, which is also called HEV vehicles, running on the both gasoline and electricity. That means you can use an electricity as well as the petrol as well as the diesel. Thereafter, the fuel cell electric vehicle, which is the FCEV, fuel cell electric vehicle, which is run on hydrogen fuel. Hydrogen fuel, which is converted into the electricity, and the vehicle is run. So those three types are used in electric vehicle industry, like a BEV, the HEV, and FCEV. So these three types in electric vehicle industry are used. So as we all know the structure of electric vehicle, but we need to understand with the help of some block diagram, like how the components are located or how to electricity is a flow with the help of some block diagram. So first is a charger. Charger is charge the battery, right? Battery transfer that to the motor with the help of the controller. Controller the manage the current to sending the motor, and the motor convert that electrical energy into the mechanical energy and send to the wheel, right? With the help of some differential or the chain drive, wheel belt drive, right? So the wheel is rotated and vehicle is moved. So this is a basic block diagram of electric vehicle. Having many components, other many components, but those are the main components of the electric vehicle. Now the working of electric two-wheeler. So electric two-wheeler, as we all know, we are familiar with the electric two-wheeler. Like many components are like electric two-wheeler having a several advantages of conventional two-wheeler, such as zero emission, silent running, no cost, no fuel cost. Thereafter, the low maintenance, and having they have also some challenges such as the battery storage, the limited area. That's the reason we have some battery storage, less battery storage area. Thereafter, the recharge point, thereafter the charging time and the low range. If we can talk about the recharge point, that means the charging infra. Charging time is also the point, is a high time of the battery charge. Thereafter, the low range, because of the battery storage area is low. That's the reason we cannot put the high amount or high volume of the battery over there. So that's the reason the low range is also the challenges in electric two-wheeler. Thereafter, the electric four-wheeler. The electric cars on the working on the principle of the transforming electric energy into the mechanical energy, which is the use of obtain the kinetic energy and the enhance the motion in a vehicle. When a brake are pressed, the motor become alternator or proceed the power that it is silent back to the battery, which is an RGBS, that is a regenerative braking system. And the EV accelerate the faster than the traditional fuel vehicle, which is comes make them feel lighter to the drive. Right. So the charger, as showing a figure, as charger charge the battery, right, with the help of onboard charger, which is convert that AC current to the DC. Power converter store that to the battery. Battery send that power when you are start your electric vehicle. The power is going to the motor with the help of controller, right, and send to the transmission. Whenever you apply the brake, right, regenerative braking system is work like we place there the generator or the motor is work as a generator. The electrical mechanical energy, which is convert again in an electrical energy and stored again in a battery pack. So this is in a system of electric four-wheeler, which is used in electric vehicle, four-wheeler vehicle. So having some main components of electric vehicle powertrains, like an EV powertrain has 16% fewer components than a powertrain of an IC internal combustion engine vehicles. Like first is a battery pack, second is the electric motor, thereafter the power electronic controller, battery management system, electric motor. Those are the main components. Thereafter, other than above, like a DC to DC converter and charger. Auxiliary components, that means your headlight, tail light, horn, indicator, switches, and the thermal management system, which is an BTMS, thermal management system. So those are the main components of electric vehicle powertrain, which is learned in next in one by one. So first is a battery. Battery is a electrical device that convert the chemical energy into the into the electrical energy, right? So electric vehicle battery are the crucial component of electric vehicle responsible for the storing and the supplying electric energy needed to power and electric vehicle motor, right? There are two types of electric batteries. Like there are two types of battery, which is in present, like a primary battery and the secondary battery. Primary battery is a non-rechargeable battery, which we cannot recharge again and again, right? And the secondary battery, which is comes under the rechargeable battery, so we can recharge again and again. And electric vehicle use the secondary batteries. So the primary battery is having like alkaline batteries and the button cells batteries. Those batteries, coil cell batteries, are comes under the primaries batteries, which we are using in our TV remotes, right? Electronic devices and etc. And which secondary batteries, which we can use in our laptop, mobile phones, cell phones, thereafter drones, camera, electric vehicle, and etc. So those are the types of battery: primary battery and the secondary battery. Types of batteries included, like an electric vehicle. First is a lithium-ion battery, nickel metal hybrid NiMH battery, lead acid battery, lithium ion ferrophosphate, which is LiPo4, and the nickel metal cobalt batteries, NMC chemistry, electric chemistry, lead acid chemistry. Those are the electric vehicle batteries, which is widely used in electric vehicle. The lead acid battery, if we can talk about the lead acid battery used in electric two-wheeler as well as electric three-wheeler, right? And lithium and ferrophosphate batteries are widely used in electric two-wheeler as well as electric three-wheeler as well as electric four-wheeler. So this is an electric vehicle batteries, which is comes under the secondary batteries, which is the rechargeable batteries. So lithium-ion battery form factors like a cylindrical cells, pouch cells, and prismatic cells. The cylindrical cells are used in electric two-wheeler as well as electric four-wheeler. Pouch cells are used in cell phones and laptops, etc. And the prismatic cells are used to store the energy of solar power. Thereafter, you can use in electric vehicle as well. So those are the secondary batteries which we can recharge again and again up to his life of cycle. Now the battery management system is the most important part of the battery of electric vehicle. A battery management system is the heart of the battery. Manage the battery pack, protecting the battery from the operational outside its safe operating zone by monitoring its state, controlling its environmental, and balancing the lithium-ion cells inside the battery pack. Inside of the battery pack having a many like बहुत सारे cells इसमें presence होते हैं, तो इनको चार्ज एंड द डिस्चार्ज एट द टाइम ऑफ चार्जिंग एंड डिस्चार्जिंग के टाइम पे इसको मैनेज करना, लाइक करंट, वोल्टेज, टेम्परेचर को मैनेज करना, एंड कम्युनिकेट विद द like users. Like we can communicate with the battery pack, with the battery management system, with the help of some communication system like SOC, state of charge, state of discharge, DOD, power optimization, thermal management. Those parameters we can analyze by the with the help of the battery management system, right? So this is a crucial component, crucial role of the battery pack in a electric vehicle. So the battery management system, the objective of the focus on creating a safe environment of the battery. So first is the protecting and preventing the battery from the damage. Second is the maintaining the battery system in a reliable state. calculate the real-time data at the time of charging and discharging. Thereafter, they generate the report according to the data. And the third is BMS monitor the operational parameters during the charging and discharging time. Right. So this is an objective of the BMS, which is focused on the creating a safety environment for the battery. There are two types of BMS. First is a hardware BMS, second is a software BMS. So the hardware BMS perform the basic protection functions to keep the battery pack functioning as healthy as possible. And it has, in a second software BMS, it has all feature of hardware BMS, but additionally can collect the data, can have memory to store the data, and can transmit the data via CAN communication. So basically the software BMS having all feature of hardware BMS, but having some collection data, memories, store the data, analyze the data, and transmit the data. So those processes we can do with the software BMS, like with the help of CAN communication and Bluetooth communication. So this is in a hardware BMS and this is in a software BMS. Communication systems, there are three types of communication system in smart BMS or software BMS. The first is a Bluetooth communication, which is connect with your smartphone with the help of Bluetooth module, right? And we can transmit that data with the help of Bluetooth, and we can access or we can command that data. We can analyze that data with the help of Bluetooth communication or applications, right? Second is CAN communication, which is a controlled area network, which is having some like microcontrollers, which is communicated with each other, and having bus cable, which is we can connect with that battery pack and the host computer, and we can collect that data with the help of that cable, and we can communicate or we can access or we can analyze that data with the help of CAN communication. Third is the IoT, which is the Internet of Things cloud connectivity system, which is cloud connectivity without wires, like wireless connections. We can connect that particular battery, and we can analyze that with the help of internet connection with the remotely. So those three systems are the communication system, which is communicate with the BMS, and two communication systems like the Bluetooth and the CAN communication system are widely used in electric. Those two communication systems are widely used in electric vehicle. Now the powertrain components. First is an EV motor. Electric vehicle motor are responsible for the converting electric energy from the battery into the mechanical energy to drive the vehicle, right? Electrical energy, which is convert into the mechanical energy, and electric vehicle drive करने के लिए इसे help की जाती है electric motor की, right? So having types of motor. The first is permanent magnet and synchronous motor, PMSM motor. Second is induction motor, and third is a brushless DC motor, BLDC. Having two types of BLDC motor. First is the BLDC hub motor, and second is a BLDC mid runner motor. So as we all know, the construction of motor, electric motor, having coil, rotor, commutator, starter, and brushes, which is connected with the commutator, and commutator which is connected with the coil, and generate the EMF, electric magnetic force, and with the help of permanent magnet, right? But in case of brushless DC motor, there is a no brushes and the commutator, which in that case we are using the Hall effect sensors H1, H2, H3. There are three Hall effect sensors are there, and the basically Hall effect sensor is basically work for the magnetic position against the coil. So they detect the coil and magnet position and revert feedback to the controller, right? So this and that working principle they are using in BLDC motor. Controller. Second is a controller. EV electric vehicle controller is a crucial component of electric vehicle responsible for managing the power flow between the battery and the electric motor. So it is placed between the between the battery and the motor, and having some motor phase ABC cables, like three-phase cables, anti-theft cables, motor Hall effect sensor having a five Hall effect sensor cable. Thereafter the speed manage cable, Hall throttles. Thereafter the power, low level brake, high level brake alarm, anti-theft, cruise control. Those connections are connected with the controller and manage the all connection with the help of that controller and manage the electric vehicle system, right? So this is a controller. Now the DC to DC converter, the converter is widely used in electronic components, power supply and other circuit required specific voltage and current level. The converter provides any of the required voltage, like basic purpose of the DC to DC converter is used to change the DC voltage level as per requirement. So in electric two-wheeler or electric cycle, from we can start from electric cycle, like electric cycle having a 36 volt which is convert in 12 volt. If we can talk about the electric two-wheeler, like 48 volt which is converted into the 12 volt, 60 volt which is converted into the 12 volt, and 72 volt which is converted into the 12 volt. So basic function of the DC to DC converter is to step down the voltage to high voltage to the low voltage, which is used to auxiliary components like horn, indicator, switches, headlight, tail lights, right? So having some standard wire color codes, like input voltage having red color, which is denoted in a red color, which is in 48 volt. If we take a 48 volt battery, then input voltage is 48 volt, which is indicated by the red color. Output voltage, which is indicated by the yellow color, and the ground, which is in common black color, right? So this is a DC to DC converter, which is convert the electrical energy, like step down the electrical energy with the help of DC to DC buck converter. Now the comparison of electric vehicle with the different vehicles, like different vehicles. First is a conventional vehicle, hybrid vehicle, plug-in hybrid vehicle, all electric vehicles. So those are the vehicles which we can compare with each other, like source of, with the help of source of energy, thereafter the consumption and emissions, right? So source of energy in conventional vehicle having like petrol or diesel, and consumption of petrol or diesel is high, emission is high. As compared hybrid vehicle, source of energy is same petrol or diesel, right? Consumption, the petrol or diesel consumption is high. We added some electricity, like batteries. We added some electric batteries there. So that's the reason emission is low as compared to conventional engine. If we talk about the plug-in hybrid, their source of energy is petrol or diesel plus electricity, right? Consumption of the petrol or diesel is low, and we added some high energy of electricity or batteries over there. So that's the reason the emission is low as compared to hybrid and conventional vehicles in a plug-in hybrid. Now we talk about the all electric vehicle. There is a source of energy is purely electricity, right? The consumption of electricity is high. That's the reason emission is zero as compared to plug-in hybrid vehicle and conventional vehicles. So those are the comparison of electric vehicle with the conventional engine, hybrid vehicles, plug-in hybrid vehicle, and all electric vehicles. Now we learn about the advantages of electric vehicle. There is a low noise. Thereafter the subsidies, FAME 1, FAME 2, we get the subsidies. Thereafter the low maintenance cost as compare as we can compare with the IC engines having a low maintenance vehicle. Thereafter the low running cost as compared to same as an IC engine. Software, like many features are you get like Bluetooth, navigations, and many more features you get in electric vehicles. Thereafter the climate positive, no emission, zero emission. Thereafter the license free ride below 25 kilometer. There is no need of the license in electric two-wheeler. So this is an advantages of electric vehicles. biggest challenges facing in electric vehicle industry today. So the first is vehicle purchase cost. Whenever you purchase the electric vehicle, फर्स्ट टाइम जो आपको पेमेंट करना पड़ता है या जो भी अमाउंट है वो ये टाइम पे बहुत ही हाई है. दैट्स द रीजन हाई परचेस कॉस्ट ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल. देयर आफ्टर द रेंज, उस हिसाब से हमें रेंज नहीं मिल पाती है, राइट. देयर आफ्टर द लिमिटेड सिलेक्शन, हैविंग सम लिमिटेड व्हीकल्स इन मार्केट, राइट. सो दैट्स द रीजन limited selection of the electric vehicle. Difficulties finding a technicians, awareness उस हिसाब से ना होने की वजह से we getting a difficulties to find a technician of electric vehicle. Thereafter the charging infra is not good as compared to traditional vehicles like petrol pumps. Charging infra is very low. Thereafter the charging speed is not good as high. Thereafter the parts availability, the OEMs are not having a limited selected models. That's the reason the part availability, or we can say the dealers or dealerships are not good amount of in cities. That's the reason the part availability is not good. Now we learn about the Indian EV market shares, like a top few state in India with the maximum operational EV speed in charging infra as March of 2023. Top few state with maximum number of public charging stations. The first is Delhi, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, and Uttar Pradesh are the top states that public charging stations are installed. So ये हम देख सकते हैं कि धीरे धीरे जो है वो चार्जिंग इंफ्रास डेवलप हो रहे हैं. एंड सेकंड इज द टॉप फ्यू स्टेट विद द मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ ईवी फीड इन इंडिया, व्हिच इज एन 87% ऑफ द टोटल ईवी फीड इन द स्टेट ऑफ उत्तर प्रदेश ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक थ्री व्हीलर. सो इलेक्ट्रिक थ्री व्हीलर का जो इलेक्ट्रिक थ्री व्हीलर है ये सबसे ज्यादा सेल हुई है. As compared 2022 to 2023, we can see the Karnataka is 26%, Maharashtra is 39%, Uttar Pradesh is 32%, and the Rajasthan is 32%, and Delhi is at 22%. So Rajasthan, Maharashtra, Karnataka, thereafter the Uttar Pradesh and Delhi, as we can see with the help of the graph, in December 2022 and March 2022, the graph has been increased, right? The graph has been increased. So electric vehicles का जो adoption है अभी जो adoption है वो public कर रही है. तो ये धीरे धीरे जो infrastructure है या charging stations है ये बढ़ते जा रहे हैं. Thereafter the Indian OEMs lead the EV markets, like Indian EV sales have 2020-23 48,000 units, growth of 137%. Top few EV market share in 2023, which is the top three electric vehicles like a Tata Tiago, Tata Nexon, and Tata Tigor. The three top is electric vehicle which is from the Tata Motors, and the third is a Mahindra, and fifth is a MG ZS, right? If we can talk about the automakers make like share by origin of country, like Chinese vehicle 14%, European vehicles 4%, Indian vehicle 18%, which is a good share of Tata Motors. Thereafter the 2% of the South Korea, right? So this is an automakers make the share by origin of the country. If we talk about the Indian electric two-wheeler market, there is a top three players hold more than the 60% of the market share. The first is 33% is a Ola, 20% of the TVS, and the 11% of the Ather. So this is the top three players hold more than the 16% of the market share, right? And the 10% captured by the Bajaj Chetak, which is available in a modern EV avatar, right? Thereafter the 7% is Ampere, and the Okinawa, Hero Electric, Okaya, Battery, and those comes in a 9 to 10%, right? So this is an electric vehicle market. Indian two-wheeler EV space is growing rapidly on the back of the government subsidies, right, to adopt the electric vehicles. So yeah, this is all about a future of mobility and innovations. Thank you. If any have any question about the future of mobility today's session, then you can ask or you can drop your question in chat box.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
What is the difference between BLDC motor and two motors is there now? What is the difference between two motors, sir? Can you tell us?
BLDC motor having two types like a BLDC brushless DC motor. You're talking about the mid runner and hub motor.
Oh yeah.
So basically, hub motor is placed between the directly hub of the wheel, like rear wheel, and the mid runner, which is located in the mid side of the electric vehicle, and we can transmit the motion of that vehicle, the motor motion, which is transferred by the V belt or the with the help of some gears, using some gears. So the efficiency of the mid runner motor is high, and as compared to the BLDC mid hub motor.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.